Welcome to the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele, and on today's episode, we're going to go over KDFL Week 9. We're going to obviously preview Week 10. But also, for our segment this week, we're going to break down. We're about a little bit over halfway through the season, so we're going to break down the NFL rookies drafted this year and kind of rank them. Who we think showed signs of improvement or who we think is just off to a terrible start. Rank them 1 through 5 from the first rounders. But let me get to the hosts. Joining me as always, and going down the week results, Mr. Phil Bruxy.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. All right, first we're going to kick it off in Poca, where the 4-4 pharmacists welcome the 1-7 Kanawha County Kings. This one wasn't looking like a good matchup to begin with. I think that was why we had it as the first game. Okariki, of course, has another top week for the Kings with 23.5 points. Naheem Hines with 22 and Harris with 18.24. But it just wasn't enough as the pharmacists get the win 226 to 186 with Kirk Cousins putting in 23.5 and TJ Watt on the defensive side pouring in 23.
All right, and next up, we're going to take a trip down to Dunbar, where the Dunbar Dobermans are hosting the Commission's Evil Empire. Joe Mixon gets it started for the South Hills Evil Empires. He puts in 28. Josh Allen, not that Josh Allen, but that Josh Allen. That Josh Allen pours in 26 by violating the other Josh Allen. Finally, to wrap it up, Cooper Kupp just continues to impress for the Evil Empire, scoring 21 in a loss for the Rams, but giving the Evil Empire the easy victory, 219 to 182.
All right, and next we head to Hurricane, where the 3-5 Wampus Cats welcome in the Bearded Bastards. It was a tough, long trip for the Bearded Bastards, but they pull out the 13-point win here with Kamara pouring in 20, Hunter Renfrow with 18, and Christian McCaffrey in return with 14.6. Justin Herbert's 33.64 just wasn't enough for the Wampus Cats as they lose by 13 to the Bearded Bastards.
Next, we have Phil's Wake Forest Lumberjacks hosting the Roxanne Renegades. And baby, the Lumberjacks start off with Stat Ryan pouring in 31. The Renegades answer with Jonathan Taylor continuing his impressive season with 34 of his own. Cordarrelle, the Unicorn Patterson, also adds 22 for the Renegades. But Nicholas Chubb, as sick as he was, as infected as he was, still scores 30. And the Lumberjacks win a close one, 237 to 227.
All right, and next we head to Cross Vegas, where the Gamblers welcome in the Marmot Midnight Riders. It seems like the Midnight Riders were out a little too late past midnight in this one, as they narrowly come out with the win, but fall short by 8 points. Carson Wentz puts in 27 for the Gamblers. Jones and Smith combined for 36. Bridgewater and Keenan Allen's total 44 combined, and Justin Jefferson 17 just wasn't enough for the Midnight Riders as they lose to the Gamblers 218 to 210.
And now we have our game of the week. Some might say game of the year, where the Melbourne Mega Powers are hosted by the Elk View River Rats. Micah Parsons leads the way for the Mega Powers, putting in 24 from a defensive side. Lamar Jackson scores 32 for the River Rats. Could have been a little bit more if Mega Power Anthony Barr had not picked him off. Second first round pick, Devontae Smith puts in 23 for the Mega Powers. And if y'all notice, Detroit ain't here. And why is that? Because he's on paternity leave now, because he gave birth to that ass whooping this week by the Mega Powers. Mega Powers win 208 to 206. Getting it out now before Stat Correction Friday. Let's go Mega Powers victory. And that's it for your KDFL Week 9 review. There you go.
You seem pretty excited about that outcome.
Dude. All right. Let me just say, obviously Detroit is not here. He had other obligations, but I will tell you all this. If you came to this episode for not a lot of Brett and not a lot of Falcons talk, Oh boy, we have chosen the wrong episode to tune into because the Mega Powers got that dub and the Falcons got their biggest win of the season as well, going in New Orleans and getting that victory. So, Phil, I'll let you kind of take it away with your NFL reactions because that was a lot.
I mean, are you sure you don't just want to kind of do the show? I mean, you
I
seem to have a
man.
lot to talk about.
I could. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful week. Couldn't ask for any better. I mean, the Falcons falconed. I think that's what I tweeted. The Falcons falconed right in our face and somehow still got the victory. So a little bit of different outcome from blowing. Is that you still blow the leads? We did it in Miami. This is almost a carbon copy of Miami. We did it in Miami and we did it in New Orleans now, but it's the exact same thing happened. One heroic last drive by the most underrated quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, I just love when the Falcons are actually in a game, or even when they're behind, actually, because Matt Ryan has to throw a lot, or late in games when they're trying to come back and take the lead. I know I'm going to get a few points out of them towards the end, so I always look forward to that. And this time, I think he put in his best point total of the season this past week.
I'd say that was up there. Yeah, because he also had the rare rushing TD.
Yeah,
for old Matty Ice. Let me
and
see here.
That's more than a passing one, isn't it? I don't think it's 6.
It's 5.
Okay.
It's 5 for passing. Let's just get it out there, and then I will do my best to move on and not mention these games again. But Matty Ice over the last 5 weeks, number 1 in QBR, number 3rd in first down rate. Also in that time, no Falcons wide receiver has more than 12 catches. That's over 5 games while being the 8th most pressured quarterback in football. Shout out Mina Kimes. Absolutely incredible. I was out of breath on Sunday. Could not believe it. Still kind of in disbelief. We'll see what happens in the season, but it's such a parallel with the Mega Powers and the Falcons. The season's probably not going anywhere, but we got the victories over the most hated rivals. So hang your hat on the 2021 season.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was actually like a really good week, I feel like, with some close games. I mean, there wasn't a lot of scoring, but I feel like a lot of the games were within a touchdown or two.
Okay, yeah, and KDFL as well. I think we were looking at before we went live here. 20 points in a league where you score anywhere, a decent week is anywhere from 220 to 260. It's a good week. Hold on, I just got thrown off here because hold on, let's see. Hold on. I got somebody coming in here. It's gonna mess up Phil's screen. You idiot.
I just want to get on here and tell you guys suck. That's all. That's really how you gotta say.
You gotta mess up Phil's whole thing, Phil's whole digital thing, just to come on and say we suck.
It's all right. We can't say many ways.
Just wanted the people to know that I wasn't afraid.
No.
Because I lost the bread. I'm sure you went on some dialogue.
I did.
But people, I'll be back next week. I promise. I know I'm the ratings.
I said that you are on paternity leave because you gave birth to an ass whooping.
Yeah, whatever. Did you guys run down your little Brett's big brain?
No, we just did all we've done is the recap, and we're talking about I'm going my Falcons rant.
Oh, enough with the Falcons. The people
care about the Falcons. If you think that this is the week that I'm not going to talk about the Falcons, but the Falcons victory and the Mega Powers victory, I just said you're in for.
Hey, I'm off board with Matt Ryan scoring over 30 points for me this week.
Right, this ain't the week to ask me not to talk about the Falcons.
Well, Phil, remember what I talked to you about a couple months ago that we need to do next podcast about his Falcons?
Mute me.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get that going. So,
all right.
I'll let you guys get back to it. I just had to jump in real quick before I got out of here. This guy
messing up the editing, doing all this fun stuff.
It's all right.
Get out of here.
Look, man.
If you just upload the video, I can piece it together probably.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
All right.
Later.
Brett, you suck.
Yeah. You can fix it?
Probably, but we'll just leave it. I don't know.
Maybe not, whatever. All right. I don't know where I was now. All right. What's up?
Talking about the Falcons, I think.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Oh, I said Matt Ryan. I think he scored his highest point total so far this season.
That is all I have on them. Let's talk about your Packers. Let's talk about Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's that good, but also I just don't think the game plan was that good for him either. I don't know.
All right.
They just didn't put him in a position to win, I don't think, or to succeed in that game. And I feel like if Rodgers was there, they would have easily beat the Chiefs. Maybe that's just my opinion. But
Dude, I mean, I said it last week. I'll say it again. The Chiefs, it's time to worry, I believe.
oh, for sure, yeah.
And it's the same thing with the Bills. You take off the top, the cover two, whatever it's called. I forget. It's escaping me what it's called right now. But the over the top,
2 over something, or
two over, something like that.
Has nobody ever done that before? Like
that's
I'm
what I
so
was
confused
saying.
right now.
Nobody's ever thought of it to try this.
Seriously.
But I mean, you just keep thinking, oh, outside of like we talk about Patrick Mahomes a lot, and obviously he's taken a little bit of a hit this year. But if you really think about it, his 2 Super Bowl games, 7.5 quarters have been awful.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. And if not for an overthrow, then I mean, we're talking about this not being what we thought it was, because he was crowned early.
Oh,
early, and it was. I mean, some of it deserved. It was pretty amazing, but yeah. So,
you think? I mean, are people just figuring out Andy Reid now? I mean, I don't know.
No, because I mean, he wasn't. Remember, he wasn't. It's not like he's known for winning before. He's known for getting there and then losing.
That's true, but I mean, he's usually good in the regular season, though. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll still get together. This will be a good test with the Raiders. The Raiders coming off a tough loss, didn't look great in New York, and the Chiefs obviously win, but still didn't look good against the Packers. And Aaron Rodgers-less Packers, where you only beat them by less than a touchdown. So, interesting times.
Yeah. How about the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, what happened there?
The most shocking development, right? Maybe the Bills losing to the Jags.
Oh, yeah, that's a surprise, too.
But that was just an ugly game. The Cowboys, that's the most misleading final score ever.
Yeah.
16 points by them. They didn't do anything.
Oh, they looked awful. It was horrible.
Anything at all. And we'll get to it later on when we're talking about locks of the week and whatnot. But I wanted to go with them, but it's a lot of points, so we'll see. Because I do believe in you bounce back. All right. Let's see. Anything on Jordan Love's parents sitting in the very back row of the stadium? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is that? How do you not get tickets closer
to the
field?
Yeah. Well, why are people giving crap to the Chiefs? I don't understand. Is it the Chiefs' responsibility to get them closer than that? I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like it would be. I mean, come on. It's basically his debut. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they could at least get him I don't know, halfway down the stadium, not all the way at the freaking last row of the stadium. I mean, how does that happen?
Maybe she's doing some scouting.
I mean, how can she see from up there? There's no way.
It just looks like a little game board with pieces.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all we got. Obviously, with just 2 of us, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast this week. Do you have anything else from NFL Week 9?
No, I don't think so. I think that was the big points from last week.
All right. So let's get into we can redraft. Let's redraft the QB round 1, the 5 QBs that were taken in the first round. There's an interesting little wild card in there. I think we know who it is, but I'll go ahead and give me your 5th right now if you rank them.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. I mean, are there going to be like 5 guys we're going to focus on, or what do you think? I mean,
I was doing the first rounders. We're redrafting the first round based on what we've seen so far.
Okay. I don't remember who was picked in the first round.
Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance.
Okay. Yeah. So those are the 5 I was thinking. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, Zach Wilson, I think I got to put him at 5. He's just looked awful so far this year. I mean, he may not actually be the franchise quarterback that they were hoping, which I think he was a little overrated anyways. But, yeah, he's with the Jets, so that kind of, pushes him down in the rankings. But, yeah, he's just not looked good. 4 touchdowns, 9 picks. Let's see. Where's this percentage? 6.5 yards per pass. That's not horrible, I guess, but 57% completion percentage. Yeah. So Zach Wilson, number 5 for me.
I am also going to go with Zach Wilson at 5. That seems like the pretty obvious last pick. Struggled out of the gate and might not be. I mean, if Mike White performs, I mean, it's one game and he looked okay until they got hurt in the second game. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It's just a tough jump. The kid from BYU goes to the Big Apple, huge media market, and a franchise that doesn't have a history of doing much of anything. I liked his upside over, say, a Mac Jones, especially from a fantasy perspective because of the game scripts that the Jets would be in and constantly have to throw. So I thought he was worth the risk over Mac Jones. We've been pretty clear about that. But yeah, he's definitely ranked number 5 right now out of those 5. Now we can get into the granular, as they say.
Right. Let's see. My number 4. There's not a lot of, I guess, playing time so far for him, but I'm going to go Trey Lance at number 4. He's looked good in some situations. He's actually, I think, one of the only 2 of the 5 that has more touchdowns than interceptions, though, so that's a good thing. But he's not throwing for a lot of yards so far. Completion percentage is really low, 52%. That's not good. He's going to have to bring that up some. So yeah, Trey Lance number 4, which he could rise if he gets more playing time.
All right. Look, number 4 right now. I have to have. This is tough. No fault of his own. Almost none of these guys left are any fault of their own. Number 4 right now. I feel like I have to have. I have to have Justin Fields right here, and I don't believe he should be. It's just tough to say because it's Nagy. It's just Nagy. It's Nagy. It's Nagy. Okay, he's gotten to run more in recent weeks, but these numbers: 4 touchdowns, 8 picks, below sub 60 completion percentage. It looks like the Bears. It looks unorganized. It looks unorchestrated, and just not what you want to see so far. I've been on record. I think he might be the most physically talented in the draft, but this combo, I'm telling you, he's going to Gase his Darnold. That's my phrase. Copyright. TM.
I mean, I think he's looked pretty good though.
He's looked better as of late, and he did do that comeback drive on Monday night. So he's looked better as of late, but that was a rough start.
Wasn't he the one that took a big hit though? I think.
Yeah, it's BS. It's BS. I don't want to I don't. They have similar playing styles. Okay, this is one of the correlations. What I'm saying, I think he's going to get Cam Newton, where he doesn't get these calls because he's running around. Right. He's taking harder hits, so he doesn't get the same calls that a Big Ben or a Brady or whatever gets. And I think it's going to be BS. So
yeah, he might.
Playing styles. Josh Allen doesn't get these calls. He gets destroyed as well.
Cam Newton would get his head taken off, and there would be no penalty. I mean, it's crazy because he was like bigger than the guy hitting him.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I can see that happen in the Fields for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think I'm as low on Fields as you are for some reason.
I ran out. There's not a lot of wiggle room here.
Yeah, I feel like he's been good of what I've seen, anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my rookie pick at quarterback, number 2 overall pick in our draft. I'm gonna take Trevor Lawrence at number 3. I just think the team he's on is probably playing a factor in that, like a pretty large bit. I mean, the Jaguars are just not that good on offense. Mm-hmm. He has a pretty good rating at 73. That's like middle of the pack of those 5, I guess. But he's got more picks than touchdowns, 1,800 yards. He has middle of the pack passer rate or completion percentage too. So yeah, I gotta go Lawrence. I just feel like he hasn't come close to his potential. So I think he's struggled a little bit so far this season.
Lawrence is my pick at 3 as well, just because I wanted to see more flashes than I've seen.
Yeah.
Like this is the second coming, right?
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest wide receivers. He still has Marvin Jones. They've done some cool things with Agnew. I was expecting him to be able to make magic, basically. I was expecting to be able to show flashes where there's not anything there. Oh, only you can make that throw. And I'm sure that may come in time. They're getting more, lately they've been more college oriented with the offense, a little more zone reads and whatnot. But yeah, I want to see more. I think it'll come there. I do think that he might have to get past Urban Meyer. I don't know if Urban Meyer makes it past is there next year, and maybe they get him some help then. But yeah, just for a little bit underwhelming so far. You're not supposed to light the world on fire as a rookie. I think we've been spoiled in recent years sometimes,
Right.
but need to see just a little bit more out of Mr. Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think where I took him at number 2, I'm expecting at least like 12, 13 points minimum every week. And he's got some low scoring games, like 5 or 6 points here and there.
Yeah.
So it's just like way lower than I really need in my QB2 position. Let's see. In my QB2 in this ranking, I'm going to go Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some struggles like the other quarterbacks, 4 touchdowns, 8 picks. But like I was saying earlier, I just think from what I've seen so far, I really like him as a quarterback. I think he's going to be really good, actually. So I'm going Fields at number 2.
All right, number 2, because I would have outlined with all these 3, Fields having his struggles, Wilson hurt and struggling before then, and Lawrence being a little underwhelming. I have to take the system and the unknown in Trey Lance right here. So I'm not going to be so bold. Obviously, it was my pick in the draft at 3, but I'm not going to be so bold and toot my own horn. I'm take him first because there's a clear rookie quarterback that's standing out right now. But because of that, I want that unknown upside, the possibility in that system, very important, especially for a rookie, that you're not worried about a Gase, you're not worried about Urban Meyer, you're not worried about the Jets funk. So you're worried about the coach out thinking he's too smart than everybody else. That's what you're worried about. So we'll see if he actually gets in there this year. It might be a whole year of waiting, whatever. Sacrifice the mega powers, give me a higher pick, whatever. So I have Trey Lance for the potential upside and the flashes I've seen when he's in there. He's inaccurate as hell right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a cannon, but it's unnecessary at times. Mind you a little how Josh Allen came in the league. It's a cannon, but you don't always need the cannon. Sometimes you need a little finesse. Right. But he's inaccurate as hell right now. But I believe that's fixable. I believe raw athleticism is not teachable, and he has some of that. So I'm going Trey Lance at number 2.
Yeah, those are good points. I mean, he has looked good too, even though he's been fairly inaccurate. But if, like you were comparing him to Josh Allen, if he's anything 80-90% of Josh Allen, what he is at his peak, I mean, that's going to be a really good quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah.
I think the guy we both have at number 1 after going through these rankings is Tom Brady. I mean, Mac Jones. Is it a system? Is it the system? Who knows? Could be. But he's looked really good. 68% completion percentage, the highest of all these guys. Over 2,000 yards already. 10 touchdowns to only 7 picks. That's not a great ratio, but that's better than the other guys.
For a rookie, I want more TDs and interceptions, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe like 14-7 would have been better, a little better, like 2-1.
Right.
That'd been really good. But 89.8 QB rating, which is also the highest of these 5 quarterbacks. So yeah, I guess Mac Jones is our unanimous number 1 here.
Yeah, number 1, Michael McCorkle Jones. Number 1 there. He's second in odds to win Rookie of the Year behind Jamar Chase and in front of Najee. So Mac Jones, impressive so far, doing what they're asking him to do. And as a rookie, that's about all you're wanting. Like I said, we've been spoiled in recent years with strong rookie play. But we need to kind of remember that in a rookie year, you're just wanting them to do what you're asking them to do. And hopefully the coaching staff puts them in some type of place to succeed. Now, segment that you do not know is coming.
Me?
I broke down. Yes, I was going to do this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Real quick, before we get to this segment, I keep forgetting to play this soundbite. I just want to play it just to play it. Because we talk about this guy, I feel like, every week, and I keep forgetting to play it. So, real quick.
Well done! Well done! Well done! Well done! Well done!
That took me forever to say this.
You couldn't understand what he was saying?
Yeah.
It was Castaway, obviously.
Oh, yeah. You want to go through the plot or no?
How much time do we have?
No.
Anyways, he basically works for FedEx. He delivers.
Oh, my Jesus. Goodness gracious.
Spoilers.
Okay. Now, when I was doing my draft prep, I did a breakdown, and I didn't want to do it during the draft because I didn't want to do it for the draft pre-show because I didn't want to influence anybody's picks or anything like that. I don't think it would have, but erring on the safe side there. I broke down the KDFL's quarterback draft history. Now, question for you, Mr. Phil.
Yes.
Who do you think has taken the most quarterbacks in the KDFL draft? And what is this? What year is this? Year 10? Year 10.
I mean, I can think of at least, let's see. Is it me?
How many do you think you've taken? Don't name them yet. How many do you think you've taken? Don't name them out loud.
Oh, well, I can only think of a few, but probably, I'd say at least one a year I've taken.
You have taken 10 quarterbacks, Phil.
Yeah, okay. 10
quarterbacks. The next closest is a pack of us at 7.
Let me see if I can name them.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to ask you. How
Okay.
many, and this is why I had to wait for you to come back from paternity leave, and then we wanted to pair it with our rookie quarterback segment. I've been waiting on this for 11 weeks now. All right, I want to know how many of the 10 that I could be wrong, but if I did the research, how many of the 10 can you name that you yourself have drafted?
I mean, only like 2 or 3 are coming to my mind for some reason. I don't know why. Like Marcus Mariota was one of the 2014 or something, I think.
Hold on, you may have taken 11.
Did you not get Mariota?
Hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have Mariota. Wait,
Okay.
You have a Mariota and hold on, don't look up anything. I'm in the wrong year then. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, you're at 11.
Yeah, that was the year that Germ took Jameis. I had to decide between Jameis and Mariota, and I took Mariota. Or no, I think he
That
had the
was
first
kinda
pick
hard.
actually.
Let me
But I
see.
took him, Melvin Gordon, and Kevin White, and obviously we know how Kevin White worked out. Let's see. So I got Mariota, Lawrence, obviously last year.
Okay,
or
okay,
this
all right.
year.
You're naming them now. Let me get back to it. Okay, yeah, I did miss Mariota because that one we didn't have the team names. We had the team names on the draft, so there's a chance I missed some because that one had your Mariota pick had some trades involved, so it kind of threw me off. All
Okay,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, who'd you say? Mariota and Lawrence? So we're
Mariota and
2?
Lawrence, obviously. And I'm pretty sure like the remaining 9 don't even play in the NFL anymore. Like they're
Let me see if any of them do.
such bad
One of them
picks.
does. 2 of them do.
Oh, okay. Are they starters?
3 of them do, I think. No, Phil.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
Lord, no.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can think of any of them.
I love it.
I feel like there's a couple Alabama guys in there, right?
All right. You want me to run them down?
I mean, I kind of want to guess it. Like, give me the initials or something, and I'll try to figure them out.
One of them, I don't even know his first name. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Well, do I? I put his last name. I don't know his first name. I might be missing on. All right. Let's start way back when. You had the first overall pick in the rookie
Andrew
draft.
Luck. Yeah, Andrew
All
Luck.
right.
Yeah. I didn't know you.
second.
My bad. I didn't know if you were including the original or not.
Okay. Well, there's Luck. The second one is still in the league now and is a starter. Very prominent starter and very much talked about NFL quarterback of this podcast.
Matt Ryan?
No. Rookie drafts. He was already in there.
Okay. Wait, I took a good rookie in the second year and I don't have him anymore?
I believe it's you. You're making me nervous now. Let me see
I
what
may have
draft he
traded
went
him,
in.
honestly.
No, you traded him. He's a quarterback of one of the expansion teams. Of our expansion teams. Yeah, it's you. Pick 33 in 2015, 14. This is tough to do because of the glare here. 2014 draft, pick 33.
Pick 33?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Someone is stewing right now. Let's just say they're angry that you haven't thought of this.
I can't think of his team.
Let's just say this team owner is very angry that you haven't thought of this player yet.
I mean, I know who the owner is.
Well, why would this person be angry that you haven't thought of this player?
Derek Carr. Okay.
Derek Carr is your second one?
I totally forgot I had Derek Carr. See, I've traded some really good guys, and it really pisses me
Third
off how to
one,
talk
we'll
about this
go.
again.
I love it. I love it. Third one, we'll go with Cardell Jones.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that.
All right. Paxton Lynch.
And another crappy guy.
All right. Josh Dobbs.
I thought he was going to show some.
I picked him up after he left. I picked him up after in Pittsburgh because I thought he was going to do something and he didn't.
Yeah, when Roethlisberger got hurt, I think Rudolph went down. Like, I thought he was going to be pretty good, but didn't work out.
Next one, Minshew Gardner.
I traded him just the right time.
I think it's the quarterback. Was it not the quarterback? I could be looking like an idiot here, but it could have been the quarterback for the Bengals. I think Finley.
Oh, Ryan Finley.
Is it Ryan Finley?
Yeah, I think.
Or is that
from NC State?
Okay, I didn't want to say. Yeah, okay. I thought it was Ryan Finley, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Ryan Finley.
All right. Dwayne Haskins. That was our trade.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be decent at least.
Jacob Fromm. Is it Jacob Fromm?
Jake Fromm, I think. Either one.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence. Beautiful.
Yeah. So I hit on like 2 of those, 2 or 3.
It is a crapshoot. Looking at these, let's break these down here. Before last year, Tim was besides Matt and Dustin, who have only been in the league, this is their 3rd year. Besides them, Tim had only taken 2 quarterbacks in the draft in 10 years, or before this year, and that was Drew Lock and Josh Rosen. So before Josh Rosen, Tim had never drafted a quarterback, according to my pristine research. Who do you think has taken Matt? The Boboli Beardy Bastards have never drafted a quarterback. They've had 3 drafts. They've never 3 drafts, so you take around 15 picks minus the trades. He's never taken a quarterback. While Dustin, the Hurricane Wampus Cats, who have been in 3 drafts, have taken 3. And how about these names? Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's hit on literally
Bing,
3
bing,
out of
bing.
3, basically. Well, Hurts, maybe not. He's Tim Tebow, but
he is Tim Tebow. Who do you think is taking the least out of? Back Tim out now because he's at 4 because he got Kelly Mond, of course, good old Kelly, and Mac Jones. So who do you think is taking the least now?
I'm gonna go Detroit.
Detroit has taken 6. Davis Mills, Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson. This is by accident. Tom Savage, Barkley, and Tannehill.
Okay.
Let's just segue that right into who has taken the least amount. Mr. LJ Breedlove, the Poker Pharmacist, Deshaun Kaiser, Mettenberger, and RG3.
So he hasn't hit on any of them.
Well,
I mean,
for a
yeah,
second.
briefly.
The flash in the pan. Jeremy has taken 5. Justin Fields, Patrick Mahomes, Jameis Winston, Grayson, and Johnny Manziel.
Oof, that was a bad one.
I thought it's just pretty. I know. Oh, Mike has a good little cast here. Zach Wilson, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Nathan Peterman, Davis Webb, Teddy Bridgewater, and Murray. It's escaping me. I don't know who Murray is off the top of my head. It's old. It's an old one.
Murray at quarterback?
Yeah, I'm confused as why I can't think of it, but it's an old one. He's screaming it now, or if I'm dead wrong.
I can't think of who that is.
I'll find it while we're doing another segment. Now, so that is a fun little exercise. I I can send that out to everybody so they know what I'm talking about. I've obviously very possible for me to have missed a good bit because I'm wondering if I made Latavius Murray a quarterback on this list. Because Mike took Latavius Murray with the 41st pick in 2013. So
the only Murrays I could think about back then were like DeMarco Murray, Latavius Murray.
It's just so many dart throws. Like my 7 are Trey Lance, Jacob Eason, Kyle Lulela, Deshaun Watson, Christian Hackenberg, Dak Prescott, and EJ Manuel. So
yeah, I mean, really, when you think about it, there's only 32 that are going to start.
There's only 32 that are going to start, and we have a lot that are existing. Those are slowly, fading away. But yeah, Nick only has 4 as well. Ian Book, Daniel Jones, Stidham, and Carson Wentz. So
not bad. I mean,
oh man, Eric's picks here: Tua, Greer, Rudolph, Trubisky, Goff, Hundley. Oh baby.
Yeah, not great.
I think I said everybody's but Reed, so let me just get Reed's out there. Kyle Trask, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, obviously very smart there. Connor Cook, Geno Smith, Wilson. No, it's not Russ. Wilson and Brendan Whedon. I'm trying to think of who that Wilson is now, too. I really could have put those names and made this a lot easier on myself, but I did this 11 or 12 weeks ago.
So, yeah, I don't know who that Wilson is either.
It's going to be obvious, but I just don't have it off the top of my head. All right. There it is. There's our QB segment. A little fun there. Now, let me get into this. Brett's big brain. Because we got boom. Because we got a 2-parter. Number 1 is from, and it's the last time I mentioned the Falcons Saints game, is from that game. And I know that Reed is at least with me on this because he saw my tantrum in the thread. When you get in game-winning field goal position, which is what happened to the Falcons against the Lions last year, and it happened again this week. You get in that position. Why, in God's name, do you run the football? I don't understand it. Please eliminate that. It's a very simple, this should be the easiest part of coaching. Yeah. What does my opponent want me to do?
Run the ball.
And I just don't, within the realms of possibilities. And I just won't do that. It really is quite that simple. I think I yelled out, "Kneel the effing ball." Kneel the football. It's like a 25-yard kick. Kneel the ball. He fumbled. He legitimately fumbled.
Oh, yeah. They could have lost the game.
And I got so lucky. It's like it was Falcons falconing that we could ever do. He legitimately fumbled right there. And I wasn't even, the sad part is not even being surprised. And now the only reason I think it didn't work this time and it worked in Detroit because the Saints players didn't sell it, that they were trying to let them score. They just stood up. Detroit players, trying to get you. And they didn't sell it like Detroit did. Tag on it near the football. Now, the next one. And we're putting together, Brett's perfect league, and it is not the most nonviolent league. It's actually kind of taken back a lot of the rules that they've tried to implement for player safety. But I think field goal kickers, instead of just booming the ball through the end zone or booming it to the end zone, I said field goal kickers. During the kickoff, focus on kicking that ball inside the 5 to make them bring it out. Very rarely you're going to give up a touchdown. Mistakes can happen. Poor field position could happen. A lot more positive outcomes, I think, for the kicking team if you can get rid of that touchback. Instead, almost like a pin and with a punt type deal, kick it and try to gauge the strength to get you down inside the 5. Some teams are maybe doing this already. I don't know. Or maybe trying to more often. It just seems like a lot, like it's just a foregone conclusion. Oh, it's a touchback. We'll move on. No. I want you to try to zero in on that 5-1 range. Try to, It's easier said than done, obviously, but zoom in on that and, try to lock them in. Brett's big brain. Like you're done talking. Thank you, Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to your first thing, I feel like literally the only reason they do that is to set up for the kicker.
Right.
Where he wants it on the field.
But I believe this was a runner up the middle.
Yeah, I thought he ran to the right a little bit towards the right.
Maybe
Maybe he did. I don't know. I think that's probably the only reason they would do that.
I would much rather a quarterback back up and kneel
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the
That's
side.
what I was thinking. The quarterback could easily like take a couple steps back into the side, and he would be fine too. I guess maybe they don't want to accidentally get the quarterback hurt in that situation where a guy breaks through the line or something.
They're down for you to run it right there.
Oh yeah, for sure, because they're going to be ripping that ball out or trying to anyways.
Are we ready?
What?
Are we ready for KDFL Week 10?
I was going to talk about your second thing first.
Yes, you can talk about the second thing. Sorry.
That's all right.
My bad.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I think more often than not, if you kick it like down there, you may pin them behind the 25, or they may make a mistake and fumble the ball. But if you kick it out of the end zone, it's 25 every time. I mean, what's the point in that? I mean, you're giving them basically free field position.
Am I the only one? And sometimes I often am the only one. Am I the only one? As soon as they kick it and they bring it out, I'm only staring at the 25-yard line just to see if it gets by there or not. That's all I do. Is it make it to the 25 or not? Is it worthwhile?
Like immediately second guessing what they did. Like as soon as they take it out, you're like, oh, he's not going to make it. Shouldn't have done that.
Oh, and I saw a few running backs slide a little bit this past week. They must be listening to the pod. Protect that body. Protect that body. You can make it past 30 if you protect yourself. All right. Okay, we're gonna just hop from game to game to game. KDFL Week 10. Let's start off with sadly what should be an easier one. The commission struck again. He is traveling down to Melbourne to take on my 4 and 5 Mega Powers. This is a 53-point spread right now. Phil, take it away with your prediction here.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be close. I think the spread's probably going to be pretty accurate, unfortunately, for you and the Mega Powers. I mean, if the Cowboys can look a little better than they did last week, Prescott may reach his projection or may go over it a little bit. But I think you have a lot of guys on bar injury this week, don't you?
That's what I'm going to talk about, yeah.
Okay.
And
well,
it's amazing. It's amazing the teams that I've tied myself to on accident.
It's so weird how this keeps happening. It
does seem to keep happening.
It's weird. Anyways, he has Cooper Kupp, who's just like been ridiculous this season. He's basically taken targets away from Robert Woods, so I'm kind of pissed about that. But
right.
Mahomes has not looked like Mahomes, but he's still Mahomes. So, and then Jalen Hurts puts up pretty good numbers usually. So yeah, I think the Evil Empire gets the win here.
All right, so check this out. What are our rosters? 40-man rosters?
Yeah.
40-man rosters. I somehow, in my infinite wisdom, have tied my team to the Giants and the Texans. The 40-man rosters, I have
two of the worst teams.
I have 11 players on bye. Yeah, 11 players on bye. 10 of them are Texans or Giants. That's absolutely preposterous to do such a thing to yourself. I must hate myself. He should win easily here. I would have loved to get him on this bye with the full strength team, aka me not being an idiot as well. But because you're getting a bye week, if he's fully healthy, you're getting him at a weak point with Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Saquon Barkley all on bye, which would have been pretty advantageous. But the fact that I'm projected 190 points and I have to find a safety now because I really don't even have one to start, and my safety's been actually the best part of my team this year, surprisingly. This is the first time all year I have not picked the Mega Powers. I have to have some level of honesty in talking about my own team. I'm going with the Evil Empire to improve to 8-2.
And not only did you load up on the two same teams, but it's two of the worst teams in the league. Somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that.
I'm a modern marvel. Detroit, of course, picks the Evil Empire over the Mega Powers as well. Next up, I'm actually going to use his list to go through these games. Next up, we will go to Detroit with his Elkview River Rats hosting the Dunbar Dobermans. Take it away, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, River Rats are coming into this one hoping to get a bounce back win after the narrow loss last week against you and the I forgot your name, the Mega Powers. I couldn't think of your name.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Thank you, Phil. that was my Detroit impression.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a great matchup on paper. The Dobermans have looked a little better in recent years. He's got Josh Allen, of course, who's going to put up at least 25, it seems like, every week. Najee Harris, he's also going to put up at least 20, some good numbers for running back. But it's just not going to be enough, especially if Aaron Rodgers plays this week. He's got the combination with Rodgers and Devontae Adams. That should be big scores there. And then, of course, Lamar Jackson, who puts up big numbers every week too. So I'm going to go River Rats in this one.
Man, the Dobermans are such a good team to look at. It's just it's a year or two away. It's fixed, sure enough, the defensive way. But these are a bunch of Najee, Javonte Williams, Michael Pittman, Deontay Johnson. Rashard Bateman can do anything. This team could be special.
Yeah.
Of course, we just talked about Mixon, Chase on bye, which of course means you have Joe Burrow on bye for the Dobermans as well. Man, the River Rats are down the dump. They're on the paternity leave right now. You hate to see it. They're getting a lovely little bounce back game here of a weakened Dobermans team. It's affected by buys as well. Dobermans win to repair their fragile ego. Detroit picked the Dobermans as well. Next up,
we had with the Dobermans.
No, Detroit picked. I'm picking the River Rats. I said, I'm sorry. Detroit picked
Okay.
the River Rats as well. Sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
Next up, we head to Dunbar with the Kings hosting the Renegades. It's a 2-5-0-6-4 matchup. And the Renegades are hosting the Kings, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, the Renegades, he's got a really good team too, as opposed to the last couple of years. I really thought he was going to beat me. It was looking like that last week. The projections had him well out in front, and then something happened. I don't know what happened. Somehow it switched over, and I went on top with projections, and then I finished with the lead. So I think, and the Kings, of course, it's just, you don't want to talk bad about his team, but there's just some weak spots on the team. He's just not putting up enough points to compete right now. So I think the Renegades get a pretty easy win here.
Look, yep, it's a Renegades victory here. It's just too strong. The Renegades need a bounce back game. That was a tough loss against you. They need to get back to 500, and I think they do get that here. The Kanawha County Kings continue to just be patient, tank away, in the spirit of trying to win, but still get that higher lottery pick, get those lottery balls, and Renegades and Detroit as well went with the Renegades. Next up, the semi-main. The Boca Pharmacist hosting the Hurricane Wampus Cats. It's not the semi-main. Sorry.
All right. I'm
all over the place trying to jump screen, trying to get all this in order. This is not the semi-main. This is just LJ trying to get an easy win over his sad team.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this one, it's going to be really close. I kind of went back and forth on this one too. The Wampus Cats are another team where I feel like they're like really close. He has some really good pieces. If he could just keep those pieces, he might be in good shape. The Pharmacist, I feel like he's had a really good team. He's just fallen short in a lot of instances. This season, it's kind of going that way again, where he's under 500. But I do think he's going to get a slight win over the Wampus Cats and get back to 500. If Kirk Cousins can put up decent numbers, and if Roethlisberger can just exist a little bit, I think he'll get the win here.
Yeah, the last time these two played, it was within the 2-point victory for the Wampus Cats. It's one of his 3 victories. This is just too much firepower for the Boca Pharmacists. I think the defense is going to run circles around the Wampus Cats' defense. So I am going with the Pharmacists to do much like what the Renegades do and get back to 500 in Week 10. Now, Detroit has upset here. Wampus Cats over the Pharmacists. I was just rolling with the punches, assuming to read that.
Whoa.
No, Detroit has the Wampus Cats beating the Pharmacists So interesting to watch there.
Going against the grain.
Now we have the semi-main. And this is what has screwed me up this whole time. Let me make sure I'm right. Yes, this is what jacked me up the whole time here. Detroit did not pick this game, nor put it on his list of games he was picking.
Shoot, I missed
So that's why I just announced the Hurricane Wampus Cats in the semi-main when it is actually the Wake Forest Lumberjacks hosting the Marmot Midnight Riders. Dear Lord, my brain was scrambled right there trying to figure out what the heck just happened to me. And there it is. Take it away, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like the third week in a row, I'm coming into this one with what feels like an understaffed team. Is Chubb going to play? Maybe
he's not. He's out.
Oh, he's out now? Okay.
COVID, I believe he's out.
Well, I think if he passes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
tests,
sorry, I'm doing quick to rule him out. I just didn't see it happening. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He got to get 2 positive tests or 2 negative tests within, they can't be 24 hours.
Right. Then I think if he does that before kickoff, he can play. Of course, Derrick Henry basically done for the regular season at least. Chris Godwin is questionable now. I think he missed practice today, so that's not looking good. And then Trevor Lawrence with the ankle injury, he's not looking good. He hasn't really looked good anyways. The last 2 weeks, I've went against myself. And I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to go against myself again. I think the Midnight Riders are going to pull out the win here.
Curious. Right now he has Keenan Allen, and it looks like he should be able to do it pretty easily. Yeah, Mike Midnight Riders has Keenan Allen as his second offensive player slot because Sam Darnold is out. We're not going to go with, he might go with Baker, I guess, New Orleans. I don't know if this is his set lineup or not, or what he's planning on doing. I was just curious to see if we would see PJ Walker of Renegade fame, because he is on his team. I was just curious to see if we might get some PJ Walker action here.
I don't think he'll do it.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why Baker's not in there right now. But he has a lot of wide receiver weapons with Debo Hill, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen. So it might be in his best interest. You'd love to see Devonta Freeman getting in the starting lineup. Who would have thought? It's too much firepower for the Midnight Riders, so I am going to go with them as well. Now, in our game of the week, we have a finally healthy Baboli Bearded Bastards hosting the Cross Vegas Gamblers at 7-2. 15-point spread on this one. Phil, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, Matt says he's finally healthy, but he still says he hates his team and just wants to sell everybody. Now that he's finally healthy, he probably doesn't want to do that. And for some reason, I'm trying to look at this matchup, and it's not updating his team. It's showing my roster, so I don't know what's going on there. So that's not helpful.
It's a bunch of Raiders, Christian McCaffrey, and Alvin Kamara.
That's right. Okay, yeah. McCaffrey's back.
Yeah.
He didn't look like McCaffrey last week. Maybe they're easing him back into it. I don't know. But if he can put up McCaffrey points, I think this is going to be closer than the spread is saying. Of course, Nick has Tom Brady, the 87-year-old Tom Brady, somehow putting up 25 points a game. Dalvin Cook, is he going to be okay this week?
Even if he's not, he does have Madison, so.
Okay, so he's got the handcuff there. Oh, man. Like, my mind is telling me to go Nick, but for some reason, I think the Bearded Bastards are going to get the win here. I can't explain why. I think that they are.
I'm looking at this. I need the Washington football team to show some type of life on defense to stop the Bucs this week. CeeDee Lamb getting the Falcons. Terrell is probably going to be on Cooper. So CeeDee Lamb should have a favorable matchup. I mean, this is going to come down to that Vikings Chargers matchup as well. Chargers, if their defense is healthy, they've had some corners out. If their defense is healthy, it could make things a lot more difficult on the Vikings. He has Thielen and he has Cook. This is a tough. I do think it's going to be much closer than this spread shows. Russ is back. We'll see what Russ can do. I think the Raiders have to bounce back offensively from that poor showing. I'm going to go with the Bearded Bastards to get the win as well, just because that Raiders Kansas City matchup is so much opportunity. Jacobs, Carr, Renfro, who's had a sneaky good season, especially in PPR formats. I'm going to go with the Bearded Bastards to get the win, and Detroit went with the Gamblers. Okay, so there it is. KDFL Week 10 review, or preview, rather. We're going to head to the sign-off and locks of the week now. Detroit won both of his. He is 4-5 on his regular locks and 5-4 in his upsets. His lock of the week pick is the Rams -3.5 against the Niners. And his upset of the week is the Raiders getting the win on Monday night versus the Chiefs. Phil, tell the people, give us your locks. You lost both of yours last week. Hate to see it. Give us your locks of the week and tell the people how they can get a hold of us.
Yeah, as always, you can follow the show on Twitter at KDFL Podcast. You can follow Detroit at Detroit8374. You can follow Brett at BrettStill2, and you can follow me right down here at Phil Ruxy. And I feel like with my locks, I'm pretty sure I'm always going like double digits for some reason. I don't know why.
I love it.
They draw my attention. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals, -10 at home against Carolina. Who knows how PJ, is it Walker? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it's PJ Walker.
Yeah,
Renegade.
Who knows how that's going to work out? Of course, McCaffrey's back, but yeah, still, I'm going to go Cardinals -10.
All right, so let's be real, people. I'm 1-7-1 on the year with my locks, and these are honest to God picks. I thought the Bengals were going to bounce back, and they got shellacked, absolutely shellacked. We're going to keep it going. I originally wanted to pick the Cowboys here because of how bad they looked last week, and the Falcons with a high victory. But 8.5 is a lot of points. It's a lot of points. It was 9 when I originally looked at it. So a little bit too much points to give away there. When I'm looking at these spreads, I don't understand why people are still scared of the Saints at all. This team is brutal without Jameis at quarterback. Who would have thought those words would have ever been said? I like the Titans given 2.5 at home versus New Orleans. So give me that for my lock of the week. Prayers be with you, Titans. And for my upset of the week, which I am 1-0 in, thank you. I'm going actually exact opposite of Detroit here. I'm taking the Niners to get the win on Monday Night Football versus the Rams. Tough game last week for the Rams. You worry about a little bit of a bounce back there, but it was a tougher game for the Niners. So, 2 hungry dogs here. I like the home game. I like the home team. Give me Niners +160 to outright win. And that is it. So, for Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for Mr. Phil Bruxy, we will see you next week right here on the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast.